Jason Stewart here, founder of Epic Fighting, and I'm here with none other than our main man, the voice of Epic, Carlos, the Roaring Lion, Kremer. So a lot of you know Carlos now. He's a six-time, announcer of the year, world-renowned, travels all over the world announcing big events and stuff. But a lot of people don't know that you got your break with Epic Fighting.
Right here with my boy, Jason Stewart. We were talking about the lives that Jason has changed, Epic has changed. Through the years, we had the good fortune of meeting a long time ago. I think it was like Epic 7 or 8, possibly.
Yeah.
And then you had me in there commentating. And then I had an opportunity with you to cage announce.
Yeah.
And that was huge, my big break.
Yeah.
I mean, I've gone from Epic to Brave Combat Federation out of the Middle East, the Kingdom of Bahrain, run by His Highness Sheikh Khalid bin Ahmad Al Khalifa. And if you're watching out there, Your Highness, hello from me and Jason.
Very generous guy. You speak the world of him. He's done some amazing things for these athletes. I mean, he could be doing a lot of other things with his time. This is a passion project, and I'm sure it's very fulfilling with him. I mean, there's more lucrative businesses than fight promotions for sure.
Right.
But he's looking to really open it up to places that normally wouldn't have it. So he just started. You thought he was going to do 2 events a year, maybe.
Right.
Tell us where he went with that.
So we've gone from like 2 events a year. I had Manolo Hernandez on my podcast with Alex Soto, who's fought UFC and Bellator as well. Great, incredible guys. Manolo's a trainer to the stars, the Broadfather. We had him on. My wife, Tekka, asked, who's your cage announcer? And they said, well, I think they have like an Elvis impersonator or something. And Tekka was like, you've got to check out my husband. And we sent a tape to Mohammed Shahid, the president of Brave, who's incredible. That's why you two have to meet.
Yes.
2 of the hardest working CEOs in the industry. And the rest is history. Like you said, Fight Book MMA now, 6-time cage announcer of the year in the world. So that honor is like surreal. They went from 2 a year
to doing like 75 events in just a few years.
Yeah, 75 events in less than 7 years. And they're going, we're hitting our 30th country in Spain on November 18th. And that's going to be, that eclipses the UFC record of 28 countries visited.
That's crazy.
So
yeah, because there's all this talent in these other countries that it's like, how do you find this? But they're finding them.
They have one of the most incredible scouting programs around worldwide. So if you're a Rocky Balboa type, if you're that underdog, it doesn't matter if you have even the fans backing you.
Yeah.
But if you have the talent, the desire, and the will, Brave will find you. And they don't care whether you're in Saudi Arabia, Pakistan, Morocco, Brazil. They are just all over the world, truly global. And I do have to thank His Highness Sheikh Khalid bin Ahmad Al Khalifa for everything that he's given. And he's one of the greatest leaders I've ever seen in my life, changed more lives than anybody I know. And like you said, there's so many other things that the Prince of the Kingdom of Bahrain could be doing. And it's funny because they asked the president, Mohammed Shahid, after the first Brave, they said, what if Brave doesn't do well? What if they don't sell tickets? What if they don't sell merchandise? And he said, I think you have me mistaken in our goal. Our goal is to make an imprint on the landscape of mixed martial arts.
Right.
Period. They didn't talk about money.
Yeah.
They didn't talk about worried about expenditures or anything. How do you compete with that, right?
You can't. And that's the thing. It's like everyone who came in, they saw the success of Epic and they see Epic Fighting. They have all the fans there and the fights are great and the energy is incredible. And they come in and try to reproduce it. And they're like, how does he do it? How does he get all these people there? Well, for one, there was a lot of things I were doing that they weren't doing, but also the heart was in the right place. And people don't understand. It took me 7 years to make a profit with Epic Fighting.
Right.
I'd have a big show and they'd be like, yo, look, you had to make money on that show. Like, yeah, but I lost money on the last one. Right. And the crowd doesn't determine how much money you make. You could sell out the crowd completely, but if you didn't get any sponsors, you're lucky to break even.
Right.
And the thing about these shows is it's a lot of work to break even. My pockets obviously don't run as deep as the Prince of Bahrain. Right. So it hurts whenever I put in 150 hours into a show to break even. It's like, that hurts. And then if you lose 5 or 10 grand, even more insult to injury. So the passion was there though.
Yeah.
Doors were opening. I'm meeting guys like you. I'm meeting like very successful people that are admiring what I'm doing. They're asking me questions like, wow, how do you do this? How did you create this?
Right.
I know someone who fought for you and now they're in, they're doing this with their life. They're in this promotion. And so if I was doing it for the money, any smart business person would have quit a long time ago.
Right.
But there's bigger goals and purposes.
And you saw the vision.
Which he understands.
Yeah.
And
you saw the vision. I mean, to go 7 years without a profit, that's true love of the game.
Yeah.
Plus, being a former fighter yourself, you're connected with everybody here and you only want the best.
Yeah.
But Epic, for our fans out there, I mean, you go to any Epic, you're going to see Dean Lister, Phil Davis, Killer Miller, Juliana Miller, the tough champion. Just the list goes on and on with the people that
one of the things I'm most proud of is that there's so many like superstars and future Hall of Famers, I'm sure, and
Frank Shamrock, Ken Shamrock,
Frank Shamrock, Frank Trigg,
Chris Lieben,
and most of their first time ever commentating a fight was at Epic. A lot of times, their first time ever doing a post-fight interview was at Epic. A lot of them, their only time. And then they get so into it, they want to come back and ref the fights and judge the fights. And so people look around sometimes and they're like, wait, is that Joe Daddy Stevenson? Wait, is that Jake Shields? Is that Phil Davis? Is that Chris? And it's
Big John McCarthy, right? And Mike Beltran, all of these refs that are world famous now.
So
Jason Herzog.
Herzog is like our regular. He's the in my opinion, arguably the best ref of all time. I mean, he's really, I remember when he was first doing it at Total Combat, and I was outside and he was jumping up and down and he was like, and he's wearing a ref. And I was like, is that a gimmick? Like you're a fighter that's like, your fight name is the ref? Like, I'm confused. You act like you're about to get in a fight. He's like, I basically am. Like, you have to be mentally prepared. Like these people's lives are on the line. And that's when I knew like, this isn't your average ref that thinks it's cool. Like this guy takes it seriously.
Right.
And then no one knew who he was back then. This was 15, 20 years ago. But fast forward.
Now they do.
Legit. And he's a black belt.
Yes.
Like I kind of feel like if you don't train, I don't know if you really
the correlation there. Yeah.
I've seen arm bars get stopped when they weren't in trouble and stuff. If you train, you'd know to let that go.
Exactly.
And vice versa, you'd know when to stop it.
And the new breeds of refs we have are coming in, like the Liebens, right? And Frank Triggs and those
These
guys.
These people know what they're doing.
They really
These
do.
These people know what they're doing because they've been there.
MMA is in good hands with them. We have a referee, our head guy in Bahrain, Decky Larkin out of Ireland, is just incredible. So props out to Decky too.
Absolutely.
All the guys that make it so important.
I also want to give a shout out to Sharon. So I never told Carlos this until today. But Sharon is an amazing, selfless human being. And she reached out to me. She said, I don't know anyone that's more of an authority in the martial arts world or the MMA world, she said probably. But she was reaching out to me to see who would you nominate to be in the Martial Arts Hall of Fame. And the first two people I thought of that weren't in the Hall of Fame already that I was like should be was you and Chris Lieben. And so I don't know if if Chris Lieben ever got connected. But you did, and you went there, you got the award, and she was like very grateful that I introduced, she looked at your stuff, was like, wow, this guy is legit. This guy is super legit. And that's something you don't think of.
That is so huge to do.
And
I just found that out today, by the way.
Yeah.
So
you wouldn't think of an announcer for the Martial Arts Hall of Fame, but like, you talk about UFC. Two of the most influential people is the Bruce Buffer and the Joe Rogan.
Correct.
And they never fought for UFC, right?
And paved the way for everybody. Sharon Doyle, you are incredible. I'm blessed and honored to be sponsored by you.
MMA Hall of Fame.
Thank you, Jason, for that. The USA Martial Arts Hall of Fame. I have my ring right here.
Look at that ring, bro.
Yeah.
I didn't know you got that. That ring.
Pretty amazing. Woo! So thank you. It's nice to get some, recognition for I fly like 200,000 miles a year. Yeah. And it's I have a blind and autistic, beautiful daughter. So
she's amazing.
And I've had a wife who's incredible, but been bedridden for a long time.
Yeah.
So, you know what? There's been challenges along the way. I have to miss Thanksgiving coming up with my family, but the sacrifice is worth it if you truly do what you love, which Jason and I have done from day one.
You're on your purpose, bro.
Thank you, brother. Like you have.
I love you, bro.
Love you too.
Your
Thank
family.
you for having me.
Yes, absolutely. Check him out inside the Epic Fighting Cage. Follow him, the Roaring Lion, Carlos Kremer.
We're going to have a great time November 10th, Epic family. Are you ready?
That was
you,
dope.
brother.